I'm still looking for my ailerons, so hopefully they didn't get damaged in that whole moving process. It was happening, I was here, but I had no idea.
Pull.
I am excited to see my plane, but it is not the ending I thought it would be, and I feel like I really can't celebrate here. It's unreal. And the weather's about to get bad. Actually, I can almost guarantee we're not leaving this weekend.
Tesla 3056 X-ray, Santa Maria Tower, runway 2, shore and clear for takeoff, right, turn out approved.
I'm getting some light precip on the windshield.
And it's below freezing. It looks dark ahead. And it seems fine though.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask you how it looks down there because these tops are kind of creeping up on me. Might be following suit here in just a little bit.
I'm Josh, a pilot and flight instructor with a passion for the sky, sharing it with those around me and using it to see the world from a new perspective. Flying can seem super complex, but I've made it my mission to showcase safe practices while enjoying the beauty this world has to offer. Subscribe to climb into the cockpit on future adventures. This is Aviation 101.
80991, Addison ground, clear to Hotel Yankee India Airport. Be up on departure, fly runway heading, expect radar vectors, show pull a 9er departure.
The story begins right here in Santa Maria, California, but it really doesn't begin today. If you've been keeping up with the channel, you know we've been in California for a while trying to complete some upgrade projects on Chelsea's 1966 Cessna 150. We had the Skyhawk out here for a few weeks at the end of the project, and we finally got to take advantage of some of the beautiful destinations Southern California has to offer. Of course, we filmed all of those adventures for all of you here on YouTube, and we made 2 epic feature-length movies out of this California adventure for those who support this channel on Cockpit Club. In this video, we're leaving California. Chelsea and I busted our knuckles for the last 3 weeks to get her plane reassembled safely and legally, so that we could punch out and head east by the time our apartment lease expires. Full. We're flying the 2 Cessnas 1,700 nautical miles to where we'll call home for the next couple of years. And that entire trip and all of its cinematic beauty and flying challenges is wrapped into one long epic. If you want to support the channel, you can become a member at aviation101.com/cockpitclub and check out Home on the Horizon. At 1 hour and 15 minutes long, I personally think it ranks in the top 3 of my best edits. Now, this video is going to take a zoomed-in look at the first day of flying from that movie, where we met several challenges right out the gate. The 150 is entirely loaded as well, with not as much stuff, but your baggage area is pretty full.
It's pretty full in here. The only thing that I did do on this flight was I moved my fire extinguisher. Normally it's right back here, but I actually put it in this little flight bag. I don't want to have to dig underneath stuff.
We packed up the house. The Xterra was absolutely loaded to the gills, but now it's about half full when we emptied out stuff that I'm taking in the Skyhawk, she's taking in the 150. We're ready to go. We're gonna go to Kingman. The first stop is Apple Valley, California to get some gas. It's gonna be 2 leisurely, hour-and-a-half long legs.
And we're gonna rendezvous with our good friend Paul, which I cannot wait to see him. Probably see Peter, show him the new plane, and then continue.
The planes are loaded. I'm gonna do pre-flight after I go drop the Xterra off at the passenger terminal. So there's 1 Allegiant flight that comes in and out of here per week. And in 2 weeks, we have tickets on the flight into here, right into Santa Maria. So after we get the planes to Kentucky, and then we're taking the Skyhawk back to Texas where it lives, we're gonna catch a flight back out here and get the car and begin a 2,000-mile road trip at that point. So it's a logistical shuffle, but it's gonna be good. We're about to get this trip underway.
Run up and checklists are complete for me. I'm ready whenever you are.
Santa Maria Tower, Cessna 3056 X-ray, party 2 ready and holding short, runway 2.
Tesla 3056 X-ray, Santa Maria Tower, runway 2, shore and clear for takeoff, right, turn out approved.
Right, turn out 3056 X-ray.
All right, flaps set 10. I'm not gonna go full throttle because I'd outrun her. So I'm just gonna slowly increase the throttle. My eyes will kind of be bouncing between the runway and her. Ready.
3, 2.
There's 45, 50 knots. I'm airborne. pulling the throttle back just a little bit. We're good on speed.
I'm about to start the right turn.
On your wing.
Cessna 56 X-ray, contact departure, good day.
Over to departure, thanks for the help, 56 X-ray, good day. Santa Barbara, Cessna 3056 X-ray, party 2, just off Santa Maria Airport, climbing through 1000.
Number 3056 X-ray, Santa Barbara departure, ident. 56 X-ray, radar contact 1 mile northeast of Santa Maria Airport, Santa Maria altimeter 3013.
3013, 3056 X-ray.
4657, okay.
I'm going to switch to your left side here for a little bit.
Okay.
40 Mike Sierra, contact Santa Maria Tower 118.3, good day. Contact Santa Maria Tower, 0 Mike Sierra.
In the mental frenzy of packing, making sure the planes were ready to go, and ironing out logistics downrange, we're realizing something we didn't plan out very well on this first leg.
There is absolutely nowhere to put it if something goes wrong.
Yeah, there's farmland off to the right, but that's about it.
Not for long.
Mike Valley 8970, contact Santa Barbara approach 125.4, good day.
Chelsea and I briefly discussed our route to Kingman today, choosing Apple Valley as a fuel stop in between. The weather looks fine, direct path to Apple Valley doesn't take us through any military or terminal airspace, and we have way more fuel than we need for this leg. So it's easy, right? Well, if everything goes as planned, it is easy. But we're looking below us on this leg, not really liking the fact that if either one of us has an engine issue, there are literally no flat spots within our glide rings. This is especially on Chelsea's mind since her plane just went through so much maintenance and sat for about 5 months. Despite 2 successful test flights with no squawks, this little engine has a long way to go to earn Chelsea's trust back.
166.
I'm gonna swing to the north side of this mountain up here and then hook back towards Apple Valley. We'll catch a tailwind on the way down. And I think that we'll have more options for roads and farm.
Okay, as long as we stay out of all the restricted.
Yeah, we will.
367, to maintain 9,000. Down to 9,000, United 2367. November 0 Whiskey Kilo, descend to maintain 11,000.
Once we had a highway and farmland underneath us, we could relax a little bit. So we stayed in loose formation the whole flight to Apple Valley, and 2 hours after takeoff, we terminated flight following and descended into the traffic pattern, where we broke off formation and filed one by one into the downwind.
All right, I'm getting ready to turn.
Okay.
3. The windsock looks pretty dead.
She's on base. I see her.
Apple Valley, Cessna 3056 X-ray. Left base runway 18, full stop, Apple Valley.
Apple Valley, Skyhawk 809901, left downwind, runway 18, full stop, Apple Valley.
Apple Valley, Cessna 3056 X-ray, short final, runway 18, Apple Valley.
Apple Valley traffic, Skyhawk 809901, turning final, runway 18, full stop, Apple Valley.
500.
500 AGL. Hold it off right here.
Just got fuel here in Apple Valley, California. We're dealing with some logistics and on the phone, texting, calling, all that kind of stuff. And we're set to fly on into Kingman, Arizona. We have 2 issues flying into Kingman today. A bit of the tarmac is torn up because they're resurfacing it. That's where Paul's hangar is. Alpha Zulu Composites is where we're going. He just gave us instructions on where to taxi to, which taxiway to stop on, and he'll come out and tow us across the kind of unimproved dirt area so we don't get FOD. No chips in the new paint yet. This next flight, we're probably not gonna do any formation. I stayed on her wing the whole time, and while
It's gotta be exhausting.
it's kind of exhausting, I was able to back off a couple times, and that allows me to let my focus down a little bit, but I can't just kind of sit back and enjoy the flight and just monitor systems like I normally do because I have another airplane in very close proximity. So I think on this flight, we're just gonna take off separately. I'll take off first since I'm about 15, 20 knots faster. It will be a slow pull. We're increasing the gap ever so slightly as the flight rolls on instead of her taking off first. And then I'm slowly catching up and making controllers nervous the whole time. We topped off with gas, both airplanes. Smooth.
Perfect first flight out of Santa Maria. And I'm so happy that we're doing this together.
I know. 1,700 nautical miles and 2 little Cessnas.
We've never done a trip like this with both planes, so it's so fun.
No, we haven't. But we are going to pick our battles with fatigue, so I think we're going to nix the formation on this leg. These airplanes are close enough in speed. I'll probably land like 5 minutes ahead of her. They're not. That Skyhawk's way faster. It is 1:30 right now, and we have about a 2-hour flight ahead of us, so look at that blue against the sky. God, it's a pretty airplane. We're going to do pre-flight inspections, make sure the airplanes are still good to go. Nothing came loose in flight. We didn't leak out all of our oil, all that good stuff. And prepare to go to Kingman, Arizona from Apple Valley, California.
Are you above the clouds?
Good afternoon, Big Stripe 1 Joy, 11,000.
Not quite yet. I'm right at the bases. I'm at 8,000.
And does it look like you're gonna go above them?
I think so, yeah.
Climb maintain flight level 230, Big Stripe 1 Joy.
We're going to split up on this leg. Chelsea is following Interstate 40 and staying underneath the clouds. And in hopes of a better tailwind, I kept climbing above the scattered clouds and held my direct course. But the tailwind was not what the forecast said it would be, and the clouds are starting to become a problem.
LA Southwest 1245, 13.5, climbing via the SID, flight level 190. Flying via departure, except to maintain flight level 220, Southwest 1245.
Southwest 3142, resume public speed, contact base approach 125.02.
So down here it looks pretty dark ahead. I think I'm just gonna keep I-40 off of my wing all the way into Kingman. And it seems fine though.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask you how it looks down there because these tops are kind of creeping up on me. And it's kind of broken to overcast, and I think I might, up here in just a little bit, find a slot to slip down in and do the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah, it's really smooth down here, and I'm just gonna keep I-40 right in that corner of my glide ring, all the way there, pretty much.
Yeah, I might be following suit here in just a little bit. LA Center, Skyhawk 809991, just so you know what we're doing here. We're kind of tracking Interstate 40, and we're going to track it all the way over to Havasu and then come up to Kingman that way. And here pretty soon, we're probably going to descend down to 75.
809991, Roger, Havasu, Altimeter 2997.
9 or 7, thanks.
The winds are no better, the clouds are closing in and rising up, and it's well below freezing up here. Most of the time, getting stuck on top of the clouds isn't a huge deal to me. I'm instrument equipped and qualified. But this is a different situation. With temps well below freezing up here, I'll start picking up ice instantly if I get an IFR clearance and descend into these clouds. And especially with high mountains below, that's a recipe for disaster. So if I can, I'd really prefer to maintain VFR. A break in the clouds presented itself, and I could see I-40 lining the desert floor below. So I took the opportunity and started my descent.
And 809991 is going to go ahead and start that VFR descent.
991, Roger, VFR altitude, your discretion.
Thanks.
Los Angeles, November 75, Tango Fox 278 for 240, we're direct needled.
Alright, I'm starting down.
Are you worried about the weather getting into Kingman?
No.
Fine.
I was getting worried about my situation though, because I was up there, it became pretty much overcast and the tops of the clouds were just coming up, so I was kind of reaching like oxygen altitudes and it was minus 12 Celsius and I was like, dang it, I really don't want to have to pick up an IFR to go through this.
I feel like an old male pilot right now, bombing around, flying the highways, cold, bundled up, weak radios, if any.
Yeah.
Man, this is a freaking beautiful flight with these snow-capped mountains and all of the clouds painting the layers.
Thanks, Celsius.
Yeah, no kidding. It's beautiful.
We're slowing to 250 knots, exit at 145.
He just said he lost your radar contact.
Are you talking to him?
Yeah, I can tell him that you can't really hear him.
Yeah, tell him maybe I can pick him up later, or I'm just talking to you.
Do you just want to squawk VFR? I think I might cancel too.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. LA Center, Skyhawk 809991.
Number 9991, go ahead.
809991, we'd like to go ahead and cancel VFR flight following, and I'm also talking to 3056 X-ray on another frequency. She can no longer hear you, and she wanted me to relay that to you as well, that she'd like to cancel flight following.
Number 9991, over Roger, relay to number 3056 X-ray, ready to determine squawk VFR, communication approved, and for you, number 9991, the same, ready to determine squawk VFR, communication approved.
Alright, we'll both squawk VFR and resume on navigation. Thanks so much, I'll let her know. Alright, you can squawk VFR. Navigating around some weather here, actually had to get below the cloud layers and just stay down here at like 5,500 feet or so. And I'm turning away from some weather right now that's kind of nasty over my shoulder, and that actually just gave me a little bit of precip, and it's right at freezing up here, and I actually just saw some rain droplets freeze on the leading edges of the tires. And especially low in the mountains like this, like actually right now, I am not getting ADS-B ground towers. I'm low in between some mountain ranges, and I am not picking up ADS-B right now. But I have Sirius XM. In this case, it's through a GDL51 that's installed in the airplane. Chelsea is, let's see, about 20 miles behind me in 3056 X-ray. She has my GDL52, so she also has Sirius XM. We do not have ADS-B signal, so this would be really crappy if we were trying to navigate and around this weather and see the big picture of what's going on around us, and we can't even load the weather.
How's it looking?
Looking great.
Going through a little bit of snow.
Well, at least the snow's already frozen. It'll just bounce right off you.
It kind of looks like it's closing up around Kingman a little bit.
Yeah, Paul actually just sent me a picture from the ramp, and it does look like there's some Virga in the area, but I'll let you know how it looks once I get up in there a little bit.
Alright, I was able to listen to the ASOS at Kingman. It's reported...
Wind gusts up to 18 knots, but I think it's right down the runway, and 2,600 scattered, 3,400 overcast.
Okay, and visibility?
10.
Okay.
I'm starting to get some glimpses of the Wallapies from here, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to round the corner up here in about 8 minutes. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start making my turn toward Kingman here.
It looks dark as hell from where I am. Are you not staying directly over 40?
No, there's going to be some rain showers kind of in the way of it right up here, but I'm over flat ground.
There's some plateaus immediately to my left, but immediately to my right, it's flat desert.
Okay.
Paul just texted, said visibility and everything looks pretty good at Kingman.
Definitely landable is what he said. I just listened to the ASOS again and wind calmed down, and now it's just 7 knots at 250.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm going ahead and cutting in towards you right now.
Okay. Yeah, these mountains are relatively tame. There are some flat plateaus on top and stuff, so you do have some options. But yeah, whatever you think.
Are you in the precip? Because it looks so dark.
No, I'm not in it. I'm under some kind of thick overcast, and there's some Virga off to my like 2 o'clock, and then some more way out there at my 1 o'clock. But I'm in the clear right here.
It looks ominous and scary, but it's smooth in here. I'm just staying away from the precip.
Okay. It just looks like it closes up between us and Kingman.
We're coordinating over an air-to-air frequency, and I'm sort of acting like her eyes beyond the horizon. I'm cruising about 30 miles ahead of her, and since I'm a little faster, have a lot more range, and my panel is comfortably instrument capable, I feel safe to press on and see what it's like in the valley up here. Kingman sits in between a few mountain ranges in this big, wide valley, but we've been steering around precipitation showers the whole way, and there's a big snow shower lingering right next to the Kingman airport. If it shifts and covers the airport, we have to turn around and get out. The problem is, if Chelsea makes it all the way to the Kingman airport, she'll barely have enough gas to turn around and make it to the nearest alternate with a safe reserve. This is where having another aircraft 30 miles ahead to relay sit reps over the radio really helps.
Kingman Airport. Automated weather observation 2345 Zulu. Wind wind 260 at 06. Visibility 10. Sky condition few 2,400. Broken 3,200. Overcast 5,500. Temperature 05 Celsius. Dew point 01 Celsius. Altimeter 2995. Remarks. Density altitude 3,100.
Kingman area traffic, Cessna 80991. It's a Cessna 172. We're approximately 5 miles to the southwest of the field. We're going to loiter to the west of the field for just a little bit VFR and then enter the pattern for runway 21. Will be a full stop, Kingman.
Wow. Terrain like this is almost prettier from the
I do
ground.
think I'm going to just do some orbits here in the valley, over the flat valley out here. I don't really feel good about dropping down and not being able to...
Still talk to you and tell you what it looks like until you're out here.
Oh, babe, okay.
Kingman area traffic from a Jerry Romeo clear.
I feel good about all of it.
Alright, you want me to just drop on in?
No, wait for me.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, that weather just to the east of the airport looks really dark and ominous, but honestly, it's just kind of staying there.
If I were doing this solo, I think I would just sit on the ground for 3 days.
You are doing this solo.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a rain cloud. Canceled today.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn and head inbound.
I'm full speed ahead, right behind you.
Sounds good.
All that precip's just staying right over the mountains. Kingman traffic, Skyhawk 80991, Cessna 172 just on the west side of the airport, crossing over midfield now. We're going to enter the left downwind runway 21, full stop, Kingman. Pre-landing checklist, seatbelts, shoulder harnesses. Good. Brakes, pedal test. Lights on. Alright, autopilot's off.
Yeah, I just got off with LA Center, so they did,
Mixture.
release me, so I guess I'll just go ahead and...
Bringing in a bit. Carb heat coming out. Fuel selector on both. Flaps. Once we're in the wide arc and VREF is 60 knots. Pre-landing checklist complete. Kingman traffic, Skyhawk 80991, turning left downwind runway 21, full stop, Kingman.
500.
1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
A mile and a half west of the field, I have the departing traffic and the landing traffic in sight. Gonna overfly midfield at 5,000, just under pattern altitude, and full stop landing runway 21, Kingman.
Alright, 70 knots, wide over wide. I'm okay with being high on a visual approach. 20 degrees flaps. Wind feels pretty calm. 65 knots, into the round out.
Josh is touching down.
Nice. Welcome to Kingman. Welcome back to Kingman. Man, last time we were here, this plane looked so different on the inside.
Wow, I did all of my commercial training and maneuvers all out here. All just coming back to me. Kingman traffic, Cessna 3056 X-ray, short final runway 21, Kingman. Kingman 56 X-ray, clear runway 21, taxiing Delta, Kingman traffic.
We've made it into Kingman, Arizona, specifically Alpha Zulu Composites, which is owned and run by our friend Paul Gaines. He's in between composite repair projects for customers, so he happened to have room for 2 Cessnas in his super nice heated hangar. We're planning to wait out this weather system for a day or maybe 2. It's moving east a lot slower than we'll be flying, so if we leave as soon as the weather is clear here, we'll just be forced to land a couple of 100 miles east for the same kind of weather. These sort of conditions change my personal minimums. Single engine in the mountains already tightens up my risk tolerance. Then add adverse weather and precip. Then add freezing temps. My personal minimums get more and more conservative with each complication added to the scenario. And I'm even willing to tighten up my personal minimums as the flight progresses right there in the cockpit. And you eventually might even reach a threshold where it's not even worth continuing the flight or taking off in the first place. That is where no-go decisions come from. I invite you to analyze your own personal minimums when your flights deviate from the expected. After all, the idea at the end of the day is to make it home safely, or in our case, we're 300 miles closer to home. In the next video, we're departing Kingman to press further east over the territory that just got dusted with snow, and the views did not disappoint. These are just little excerpts from the feature-length movie I just posted on Cockpit Club called Home on the Horizon. It's an hour and 15 minutes long and covers this entire trip, including all of the challenges, hurdles, and time crunches that slowed us down. I'm going to be posting some behind-the-scenes content pretty soon, covering the process of filming the whole trip, the equipment that we used, what kind of cameras did we shoot different shots with. So if you'd like to support the channel and get access to all that exclusive content, you can sign up at aviation101.com/cockpitclub. Be sure to like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next episode. And until next time, you know the drill. I want you to stay happy and healthy, stay current in your flying, and most importantly, stay proficient. We'll see you in the next video right here on Aviation 101. Fly safe.